I definitely had issues with snoring. And then I was also just wondering if I was breathing correctly, which sounds like a really silly thing to say when you've lived like several decades on the planet, but if I could have been breathing better, I think that's what I was wondering.
She was pretty hesitant about getting the tongue tie released because she had obviously had this tongue tie her entire life and wasn't really sure the impact that was having. So what I did with this patient is we started her treatment. We did notice that she was having some restriction towards the back of her throat from her tongue, and that was impacting her airway at night. She was breathing through her mouth at night a lot, and also had noted that she wasn't getting really restful sleep. As we started her program, the dysfunction of her tongue started to become very noticeable as we worked through her exercises. As she was able to see the restriction that her tongue was impacting on her daily function of chewing and swallowing and just the mobility of her tongue, this started to help her feel more comfortable in agreeing to having the release done so that she could then utilize her tongue to its fullest potential.
I had the release done in the morning, and it was like there was no blood, there was very little pain. I was doing exercises with my tongue immediately, and I think that it was like 48 hours and I didn't even really feel anything anymore. It was really easy, really smooth. And then after the frenectomy, I was like, oh yeah, all these things that I couldn't do, I can now do. And tongue posture when I'm at rest, and breathing through my nose, and breathing when I'm exercising even. All of those things became easier.
Her changes weren't really drastic, but she did notice that everything just became easier. That is the goal of OMT, is to make these small improvements in these life-sustaining skills. One of the big things that I noticed for her after her release was how restricted her tongue was in moving around within her mouth as far as like cleaning up after she was done eating. Her tongue really did not have good range of motion, and she had to work pretty hard to kind of rebuild that range of motion with the muscle.
I have a better understanding of how to think about these very routine, almost thoughtless things like breathing, eating, drinking, swallowing, and making sure that my mouth and tongue and jaw are working as well as they can.
All in all, when it was all done, she really had great results. She was able to move through the rest of her OMT program at a great pace. We were able to correct her swallow pattern. She was able to begin having really good nasal breathing at nighttime as well as when she was exercising, and definitely improved her rest posture with keeping her tongue up to the roof of her mouth and her lips sealed. Being an adult with a severe tongue tie most of your life can have a lot of symptoms that patients may not notice are impacting their day-to-day life. This patient really was able to see the positive results of having the release done and the benefits and how they impacted her life-sustaining skills from chewing, breathing, swallowing, and everyday life to life just becoming more easier. I was really excited for her results with OMT. If you or a family member feel like you could benefit from OMT therapy, please feel free to reach out to us at Valley OMT, and we'll be more than happy to answer any questions, get you scheduled for a consultation and a screening.